Hello, it is Wednesday, July 20th, 2022. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is a Wednesday puzzle today, so perhaps a little bit of a step up in difficulty of both cluing and theme from Monday and Tuesday, we'll have to see. And that bit of a step up is corresponding with a bit of a step down in temperature here in the UK, thankfully. It is still very hot, especially here in my office, but not nearly so much as it was yesterday in particular, which was truly absurd. So that's nice. And this, I guess, balmy but not oppressively hot edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by David Connell and a new benefactor, Ryan Eves. So thank you, Ryan, for your generous contribution in becoming a benefactor of the Daily Solve, and thank you. Welcome. So yes, David Connell, Ryan Eves, and, as always, the inestimable Hood Monster, the invaluable Timothy Mark, the inimitable Connor O'Neill, and the infallible Cynthia Toms. So thank you so much to the six of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for directly supporting this channel and making this series a sustainable part of my daily work. If you'd like to join their ranks, if you'd like to join the benefactors and get the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug, you can find that at patreon.com/dailysolve, which is also where you can find the bonus videos available to all patrons of any level. So there's a link in the description field underneath the video. And there, of course, is also the link to the Daily Solve Discord chat server, where you can chat with other members of the Daily Solve community. You can join that pretty easily if you have Discord, or I guess you can become a Discord member, I suppose, in joining it. And what else? Please do subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube if you have been enjoying these videos. Thank you to everybody who has done so. And let's move on to the puzzle. It is a Wednesday puzzle, as stated by Josh Kindler. And, I completely forgot to investigate Josh's previous work, but that's fine. Josh Kindler is the constructor of the crossword. I don't know how many of these he's done, but anyway, that's fine. We'll get right onto it. It was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. Let's go. All right, an alternative to manicotti. ZT, another pasta type, isn't? Yeah, manicotti is tubular like ZT, right? Let's check the crosses on this. General Blank, Superman villain. I've never actually seen the film Superman, which I think is what this is referring to. Maybe this is a character from the comics as well, but I've heard of the character Zod, so I think that's the answer. Thanks to that ZT cross, that was helpful. Alibaba and Grubhub had them in 2014 for short. IPOs, I suppose. Initial public offerings. The companies were listed on public stock markets. And a big field for startups, informally, tech startups, which often have IPOs, I suppose. US Open is the tennis tournament. And facing ruin, say, in a mess or something? Jokes at Massachusetts General Hospital. Okay, this will be some sort of pun involving doc or doctors. Let's keep solving the puzzle. Now that we've confirmed ZT, we can just move along. Fountain offering. Soda, you could have a soda fountain, maybe? Center of Bollywood. Center of Bollywood. It's funny. Brain is sort of trying to adjust to cryptic crosswords in I don't know, over the last year or so. And when I see this, all I can think of is the letter Y, because it's at the center of the word Bollywood. So I almost don't even know how to think of anything else. But let's see here. You can get 2 for a sawbuck. A sawbuck is a sort of archaic slang term for a certain denomination of dollars. You can get 2 for a sawbuck. Is it a $10 bill? I mean, it needs to be one that would be easily divisible by 2. I don't think it's a $2 bill. That would be surprising. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it's 2 ones. I'm not sure. Spearheaded. Maybe this isn't soda. If it were 10, you could get 2 Abes, I guess. Is that right? 2 Abe Lincolns 5s? Fountain offering. Oh, malt maybe? An ice cream fountain, perhaps. Is that what? I'm not sure what any of this is. What about this? Service with surge pricing. Uber, right. A tech company, sort of. Spearheaded is led, as in a company, which is what I wanted that to be, so that works well. And then don't give up, say, is to try, maybe? Okay, so I guess the fountain offering is a malt, and 2 for a sawbuck is Abe. So a sawbuck must indeed be a $10 bill. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I would imagine that's going to be a difficult bit of vocabulary for many people. This whole little area is actually sort of difficult. Fountain offering malt. I guess Uber surge pricing is probably pretty common knowledge. Anyway, jokes at Massachusetts General Hospital. Doc comedy. Oh no, what is that? Oh, is it 2 genres of film, for instance? Documentary and comedy, maybe? Doc comedy? I wonder if that's what's going on. It's certainly the theme, but I'm not quite sure what the whole theme is yet. Oh, Mumbai. Mumbai would be the center of Bollywood. Okay, sorry. Probably could have gotten to that one earlier, but I suppose with that S for fountain, I wasn't on the right track. Some natural fences could be shrubs, and facing ruins, say, is in crisis. There we go. I'm not surprised I didn't leap straight to that, but it's a perfectly good fill now that I see some of the crosses. Apt name for a financial planner. I think I've seen almost this exact clue before, IRA, and the reason it's apt in this punny way is because in the US, there's a tax-advantaged financial instrument called an IRA, an individual retirement account, which you can use to sort of build a personal pension for yourself. Okay, animal farm pronoun. Ours? What makes that animal farm related in particular? Not really sure. I mean, in Animal Farm, the animals set up a kind of collective, so maybe the pronoun ours was used very often in a sort of pointed way. That's probably the case, but I don't remember. I mean, I remember that being the plot of Animal Farm, but I don't remember the language with that degree of specificity. Anyway, that's Animal Farm, the George Orwell book. Late to a Harvard Lampoon meeting. Missing something? Missing the joke? Okay, I feel like I'm missing the joke because that doesn't map to anything. It doesn't map to this other presumably theme-related answer. But this one I get. Late to a Harvard Lampoon meeting. So Harvard Lampoon was the organization. I don't know if they still exist. I suppose they probably do. They made a Harvard sort of student comedy newspaper or something, and I think they have some connection to the National Lampoon, which made those films. I don't know. I don't know exactly, but anyway, the point is, if you were late to their meeting, you'd maybe be missing the joke. You'd be missing a joke that was proposed in the meeting. But what does that mean? Missing the joke, doc comedy. I feel as though I'm not. The doc comedy one is the one that I'm not quite understanding. Anyway, well, we'll keep going. Maybe eventually we'll get there. Oh no, never mind. I thought I saw some asymmetry in the grid art, but no, this is a perfectly symmetrical grid. Anyway, poem with about 16,000 lines. I don't know, the Iliad maybe? Let's check. I'm just sort of guessing based on it having 5 letters, but let's look at the crosses. Nobelist Pavlov. Oh, was he Ivan Pavlov? The scientist? What about this? They might be a good one on top of a mountain. A vista, a dramatic view, maybe. Das Rheingold, Wagner opera. And convenience often promoted in store windows. An ATM, an automated teller machine, a cash point. Rapper with the double platinum album Hardcore. I actually don't know. What about this? Grads now could be alums. They could be alumni of the school, former students, because they have graduated. Okay, doing some mess hall duty in Army lingo. Oh, okay, I think this is one of those things I honestly primarily know from crosswords. I think it's on KP. I think that's KP duty, I think is what that's called when you have to clean the mess. Oh, so this Lil Kim, so maybe missing the joke was wrong. Missing the mark, maybe, or something? Yeah, so I really don't understand what's going on with the theme. Boy, it is very hot in here, I have to say. I thought it wasn't going to be so bad, but it's not great. Okay, earthy tone, ochre, and what else? Sounds about right. I suppose so. Okay, I'm really not getting this. Blank jure, by the law itself, Latin, ipso. That would make sense with itself, ipso, by it as itself or by itself, and then jure, the law. So ipso jure, by the law itself. And then so this really does look like Lil Kim, doesn't it? Missing the, Got the point? And well, see you later then. Blank story, sob story perhaps, tale of woe. Part of a botanical garden and noted I see perhaps. There's something going on with this theme that is eluding me. I'm really missing the something. School with the most Pac-12 football championships. I don't know. I wonder if it's USC. I say that because I know that the University of Southern California has a good sports record, I think, but grown. Yeah, this looks right. Grown could simply be ugh. And Catherine of Home Alone. Catherine O'Hara was played the mother in Home Alone, right? I think that's right. Anyway, body part that pops, ears pop. I have some kind of persistent ear popping. Part of a botanical garden. And got the point. Hubs of activity. Loci, maybe? Or foci, maybe. Points of areas of focus. Hobbles. Blank Lupino, first woman to direct a classic noir film. It must have been Ida Lupino. Actress and director and inventor. After dinner drink. And X-ray alternative, maybe an MRI, another diagnostic test to see inside one's body non-invasively. So hobbles. I guess it could be a CAT scan as well. Oh, maybe this was the hub's activity. Maybe it was loci. Maybe hobbles is lames. To make somebody lame. Is that what this is? Uncle in chess. Uncle, as in you're saying I concede maybe or something like that. Tuesdays with Blank, Mitch album bestseller. Oh, I've never read this, but I don't even really know what it is. Tuesday with Morris, something like that. Uncle in chess. Hobbles. Oh, limps maybe? Kind of blundering around here, aren't I? Oh, I resign. Uncle in chess. There we go. You say I resign. Okay. There we go. So this was limps, I think. And then 1990 #1 rap hit that ends too cold, too cold. Is it Ice Ice Baby? That's funny. Funny reference. Which I got thanks to that Ice I in there was helpful. Invitation at Beantown Fish Markets. Oh, pick a... I wonder if this will be pick a something, any something. Commercial mascot whose name sounds like that of its company. Oh, a gecko? The The gecko, which is a mascot for the Geico insurance company, whose name sort of sounds like it, but not exactly. Corporal or sarge is a non-commissioned officer in military structures, so a non-commissioned. Okay, oh, I see. After dinner drink could be a decaffeinated coffee, decaf. And podcast interruptions are what? Oh, ads, right, of course. Well, podcast, that's surprising, given that advertising has interrupted various forms of broadcasting for long before the invention of podcasts, but I suppose it's true. They do interrupt podcasts as well. Oh, pick a cod. Any cod. Okay. All right. Right. Now I finally see what's going on. I finally get the theme. I'm sorry that took me so long. Pick a cod, any cod. We are eliding the R. We're removing the R from pick a card, any card. And similarly, missing the mock is eliding the R from missing the mark. And doc comedy is eliding the R from dark comedy. So here we go. We have phrases that I don't think have anything that connects them initially. We just have phrases. That's it. They're just various phrases that exist. Dark comedy, missing the mark, pick a card, any card, and we're removing the R's in order to satisfy these sort of punny clues. So the doc comedy is jokes at the Massachusetts General Hospital. Missing the mock is what happens when you're late to a Harvard Lampoon meeting, and pick a cod, any cod is what they say at Beantown fish markets. Oh, and I guess because Beantown is Boston, and so the Boston accent is non-rhotic. It is R-less, so that is why. Okay, what is this? Part of a botanical garden. Not sure, what about this? Got the point. Scored in a goal in a game, right, sorry. And we'll see you later then is okay, bye. Oops, where did I just go? Oracle is a seer. King of the Titans in Greek mythology. Cronus, I think, is the king of the Titans. Is that right? A buffoon could be a bozo. Popular comic strip about a 17-year-old high school student. And certain Arabian Peninsula residents. Sorry, I try not to drink often on these recordings. Speaking of podcasts being interrupted, I'm going to interrupt this not podcast to take a drink of water because it is so hot in here. Okay. A certain Arabian Peninsula resident is an Omani. And this looks like Zits, that actually rings a bell. Popular comic strip about a 17-year-old high school student, Zits, and herky-jerky dance with it's the robot. Kronos, I guess. Sorry about that. I spelled that wrong. Whoops. A chasm is an abyss. And British pop star Rita Ora, I've heard of. Couldn't tell you any of their music, but I've heard the name. Sopranos group is a mob. Oh, right, as in The Sopranos, the fictional mob family. And I think we've solved all of the crosses there. So, what is left? We have Abu Dhabi's land, which is the United Arab Emirates. Comment after a swish. So I think a swish is in basketball. It's basketball terminology for maybe, I don't know, nice shot. If you, sink the ball without hitting the rim, I think is probably what it is. And subtlety is nuance. And cries of glee are what? Yas? Is that something? Not really sure. Waves, perhaps, are... Well, it could be waves as in a verb, as in waves to somebody. So says hi, I think is probably what that is. Okay. Unexpectedly high interest rate for a borrower from a Boston bank. Oh, here's our oh, wait, I see. Sorry. So I now that I see what's going on with the clue. They're all Boston. It's all Boston related. So Massachusetts General Hospital is in Boston. The Harvard Lampoon, well, Harvard the school is not in Boston proper, but it's in Cambridge, which is just across the river from Boston. Beantown is a name for Boston, and a Boston Bank is definitionally located in Boston. So an unexpectedly high interest rate for a borrower from a Boston bank. I'm not sure offhand, though, so let's just keep doing this. Blank Wallace, author of Ben-Hur. Oh, is it Lou Wallace, I think? Might be wrong about that. Let's check the crosses. Bit of chicanery, maybe a while bit of trickiness. And Beyond Great is epic, perhaps? Nail polish brand with the color Espresso Your Inner Self. No idea. Opie, maybe? That sort of looks like it might be something. I think maybe I've encountered that before. Oh, loan. Oh, loan shark. Loan shock. Right, there we go. We've dropped the R from loan shark and we're left with a loan shock, which is an unexpectedly high interest rate for a borrower from a Boston bank. It's a shock. And let's check the crosses. It's rigged is a sail on a ship. What often includes a chairlift? A home? Not sure. Law and Order SVU co-star. Well, I know that Ice-T is in one of those, so it must be Law and Order SVU. Wallops is KOs, maybe? Knocks out? And blank O's, breakfast cereals, Oreo O's. I'm shocked that's never been used before. For those unaware, I do mention this every time this comes up, Oreo or Oreos is such a frequently used answer over the course of the full lifespan of the New York Times crossword that it is now mandated that constructors must use a unique clue if they're going to deploy Oreo as an answer in the grid. So I guess it must be the case that blank O's parenthetical breakfast cereal has not been previously used, at least not in that precise formulation, which is, again, slightly surprising to me. But anyway, there it is. And some body art informally are tats for tattoos, and what often includes a chairlift. Oh, a hora, right. Yes, lifting. Yes, okay. So the Jewish sort of ceremony, so lifting people on a chair. Very clever. And is that the puzzle? No, it's not. Oh, I never finished this. What is this? Scottish island home to Fingal's Cave. I didn't think I see this. Staffa is a Scottish island. Does that work with this? Part of a botanical garden is fernery. Okay, yep. I don't know why I never... Anyway, there we go. That is the puzzle. And I was stymied by this theme for quite some time. What went wrong over here? Oh, right. It was because missing the... What did I think this was? Missing the joke, I think, is what I thought that was, which isn't actually quite a phrase. Yeah, not getting the joke, I guess, would be the more closer equivalent. Anyway, missing the mock. So we had doc comedy, missing the mock, pick a cod, any cod, and a loan shock. And those make up our 4 thematic Boston puns. And there we have it. That is that for the puzzle. A few tricky crosses in here, I would say. Quite a few proper nouns, actually. I would say a higher than average percentage in this puzzle. So those can always be tricky, as they were occasionally for me. I wasn't able to just write Lil' Kim straight in. I needed some crosses to give me that name, and that is often how it goes with proper nouns. So let's move on to some clues from yesterday's puzzle. I think I'm probably not going to read all of them because I would like to wrap this video up, and I'm going to read a few because there were some interesting things there. Well, there were plenty of interesting things in the comments I won't get to as well, but I'm going to choose the ones that were the most, that I guess filled my gaps of knowledge the most. So GTDP says, Oporto is apparently the English name for the city of Porto, Portugal, kind of like how Cologne is the English name for the German city of Köln. I'm sure I'm saying that very badly, I'm sorry. I've only ever heard Porto in English, though, never Oporto. And it's not like it has weird diacritics or whatever that would necessitate different pronunciations in English and Portuguese. Well, GTDP, I looked it up, and the reason is because O is the definite article from Portuguese. So it is sort of combine, I guess probably English-speaking people would hear people refer to Porto with the definite article, the O, and they just absorbed it as the name of the city. That's my suspicion about why that happened. But I will admit I also wasn't familiar with that. I've only ever known it by its name, Porto. So that was confusing to me in the puzzle, but that's the reason it is that way, apparently. Kathleen Quinn explains that LSAT stands for Law School Admission Test. I used to teach for it. That is very interesting. Thank you, Kathleen. And I think I said it was something like Legal Scholastic Achievement Test or something like that. Law School Admission Test. I need to remember, I've been told this before, it is the simplest possible explanation of what that acronym could be. LSAT, Law School Admission Test. That's all it is. Thank you. And Altfooter explains, Ione Skye is the actress and model daughter of Donovan, the singer-songwriter who was born Donovan Leitch in Glasgow. That is interesting. I never knew that. I didn't know that Donovan had and apparently another son who's also an actor, or something, a musician, or some sort of, I think maybe both, some kind of performing arts person. Anyway, Ione Skye, actress, model, daughter of Donovan. Very interesting. And actually fitting to the crossword today, because we had another. So Ione would be a Scottish island, and we had another Scottish island, Staffa, in the puzzle today. So there we go. A little bit of resonance in the consecutive days crosswords. And that's that for the comments from yesterday's puzzle. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the solve and the video. And I also hope you will join me tomorrow for the Thursday puzzle, when a more intricate or ambitious or unusual theme will grace the crossword. Always look forward to Thursdays. And I hope you look forward to that video. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Wednesday. Take care.